Okay. So some of you decided to did watch the 511 video from Monday when I talked about for the jurisdiction activity, and then the pair deck, the intrajudicial branch and organization of courts pair deck that would have helped you understand the differences between original jurisdiction, which is original is when it's the court of first resort. So if you have a trial or a preliminary hearing, that's original jurisdiction. And if you appeal the case because you weren't satisfied with the result, that's appellate jurisdiction. I go through a couple of examples in the 511 video for the jurisdiction activity that's overdue, and so some of you had questions about that. So and then for those of you that finished this, I gave you the feedback. If you want to watch, it's your enrichment activity, I guess, to look at the feedback. Exclusive jurisdiction just means a court has a particular right to hear a case. That wasn't what we were referring to. That's I went and looked it up. You should have watched my videos or re-looked at the pair deck. It was simpler. It was simpler than that. So go back and look at them. Remember, federal court cases are in federal court. Money is federal. Interstate commerce, when when items move back and forth between, that's when the federal government tends to take over, like Amazon or um, or internet communications. Those are all federal. Seniors, this is your last hurrah here, your last assignments, because it bleeds over into next week. This is due Monday. The state court triangle on Wednesday's video. That's why I attached it. I went through quite a bit of this, gave you a lot of clues. Watch it. Okay. And then if you're watching this, and then on organization of the federal courts, again, I go through and explain. It's like the old, like the one we did a long time ago, the 812, back when we were still in class. You're answering questions to the best of your ability on the organization of the federal courts, and then tracking your score on the form. Tracking your score on the form. I explained this again in Wednesday's video. I think the last couple of minutes. You're tracking your score as you go through each of the sections of the organization of federal courts. So levels of state court versus federal court, U.S. Supreme Court, federal judges, judicial independence, and so on. Next week, for the freshmen, we'll start getting into the Supreme Court, near and dear to my heart. So again, today, nothing new. The state court triangles due Monday, end of the day. Federal court organization, federal court webquest due Tuesday. On Monday, I'll probably have mostly a pair deck, I think, is what my plan is to do on the Supreme Court, as it's near and dear to my heart as the new information, since obviously we have nothing new today. Anybody who has incomplete assignments needs to revise them. If I send you something back and say it's incomplete, that means it doesn't count and needs to be revised. I did a couple of those on the jurisdiction activity, and these are mostly graded. I don't think I've graded the intrajudicial branch pair deck, but I've graded these ones. The Supreme Court rates of the accused practice quiz, I counted that as a small test grade in addition to homework grade. And the rates of the accused scenarios, I did that a while ago. That was last Friday, where I gave you video feedback. Okay, until next time, seniors, this will be the last time I think you really have to do much of anything with this. So best wishes. Peace out.